This is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. DC fans have hit a new fucking low. Now, if you've been on my channel pretty much at all, you've probably noticed that I'm not a huge fan of what DC has been doing as of late. And even the stuff the majority of people like, I'm still haven't been very fond of. And I'm not one to hide my opinions literally anywhere. I make plenty of videos. Making videos on this channel is proof of that. But Instagram is no different. I'll make posts on my channel, I'll put comments other places expressing my opinion just like everybody else does. So, I'm not one to hide my opinion. And if people don't like my opinion, well, then that's their problem, not mine. But this is a new low. And I would like to tell you this, is that something else I would like to bring up is that I've had issues with Snyder fanboys before. These weren't even Snyder fanboys. These were regular DC fans. I say fans are more like, I don't even know if I can call them trolls. They're just fucking assholes. And they're one of those ones that are dead determined to break anybody who likes Marvel and make DC out to be like the godlike franchise that it is. And while I've had issues, and like I said, I've had issues with Snyder fans for the past few years, even before I started doing videos on YouTube. Well, maybe not before that, but I digress. Not the point. I have never seen anything like this. Ever. And I would also like to say that Snyder fanboys are some of the most despicable human beings I've ever seen on the planet. Somehow, regular DC fans managed to beat them. That is quite impressive, because this wasn't a post having anything to do with Zack Snyder movies. This was a post that I found somewhere that was relating to all the dumbass Batman spinoffs that are coming out. And I expressed my opinion of the fact that I don't really care and there's absolutely no reason for these to exist. And apparently somebody was so offended by this that he thought it would be logical to send me death threats about it. Completely unprovoked, and he didn't even try to argue at all as about why these are so essential. And he kept this up for a good few hours, as I just kept laughing at him, because this shows how desperate he is, because I don't take these seriously. They're empty threats anyway. But I felt like compelled to make this video, not just because of those, but it was also culminated in this. And I am not reading this out loud, because if I ever want this channel to be monetized, even just reading this out loud will come back to bite me in the ass. So you can go ahead and pause the video and read through this crap, but that is disappearing. Because I don't want that on screen. I want that on screen for a short amount of time as possible. You can go back and pause the video and zoom in, read it, whatever you want. I'm not reading that out loud for moral reasons as well. I am never reading that out loud. And I have already deleted that off my DMs, but I took the screenshot specifically for this video. So, there you go. And then, when he realized these dumbass death threats weren't working, he also decided to constantly tell me to kill myself about it. And kept this up for a good hour or so, while I just sat there laughing at him. He eventually gave up, thank God, and I have reported all of this, and that asshole's account will probably be taken down, and if not, Instagram needs to be shut down in disgrace. But then somebody else decided to come up and say that this shitbag put me in my place. Yes, because childish death threats and whatever the fuck that was is definitely putting someone in their place. I have never seen a more group of despicable human beings. And he also culminated, and after I pointed out that sending someone death threats and telling them to kill themselves because they didn't like their opinion was stupid, he decided to also throw in some childish insults and constantly talk about how he owned me or some shit. I deleted most of the comments off of my Instagram feed because I want those on there because I don't even want to look at those because they're so disgusting. But I think that one DM was all you needed to know. and that was the worst of it, but the other ones weren't any better. And then there's that asshole, and he eventually stopped after I just kept making fun of him for it. So they are both gone. I have never seen another fan base as despicable as DC. Even the damn Percy Jackson book purists have never done anything like this when someone says that they like the movies. They will, of course, bitch and moan about it and constantly cry about the fact that they're different, but I've never seen anything like this. Ever. Or Michael Bay's Transformers, and someone says they like that. I don't, so I've never had that. But if people say they like that, never seen anybody do that, even though those movies do suck, but... Or if you say anything bad about another franchise, like I've never seen Harry Potter fans do this. I've seen them get a little nuts, but I've never seen anything like this. And I have never, once, seen a Marvel fan do this. Ever. If you're going to tell me it's just because I'm a Marvel fan, no. I've seen other people that are saying how much Marvel's bad, Marvel's overrated because that's the new trend, because the trend nowadays is to hate anything that's popular. Never seen anything like that. So don't expect me to say anything nice about DC at any point in the upcoming future. I have even changed one of my upcoming Cinematic Disasters videos. It was originally going to be a Fox Marvel movie in honor of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, featuring Charles Xavier, so I figured I'd throw in one of the X-Men ones, which was originally going to be Dark Phoenix. It was going to be the one after the next one. It was going to be the one that I'm working on, then the next one, then it's going to be Dark Phoenix. That has now been changed to a DC movie. And don't expect me to give a positive review about anything DC upcoming, especially since most of their stuff looks like absolute shit, but don't expect me to talk nice about it. Don't expect any positive DC videos on my channel, at least for a good while. Assholes like these have single-handedly made me hate DC. And it's not even DC's fault. That's the thing that kills me, is the fact that I am now hating DC through no fault of their own. They've made shit movies, sure. But I've often said in my videos that I hate the DCEU, I hate most of their movies, but I still like DC as a whole, and I want them to be, and I want the DCEU to get their shit together, and I want them to land their footing for more than 2 movies at a time. Now, I no longer give a fuck. DC can bury their franchise in the ground all they want, and any videos that involve DC upcoming expect to be negative. Flash Season 8 is still shit. Black Adam and DC League of Super Pets look awful. And this was the final straw right here. Normally, I would try to be fair to a DC movie, at least try to go with an open mind. Not anymore. So don't expect any positive DC media on my channel for a while. Expect some positive Marvel ones here, because those people even said that they were desperate. That one guy was basically, in a nutshell, was basically saying desperate to make every Marvel fan kill themselves. So, expect a lot of positive Marvel feedback, a lot of negative DC reviews purely out of spite. And if you think I'm being unfair, well, then leave, because I'm not. These assholes can go fuck themselves. I hope their pages will get deleted for that, I guarantee. And if not, Instagram deserves to be shut down in disgrace for that. Because they'll delete people for having a different political opinion, but if they don't do stuff like this, then the reporting is absolutely fucking useless. So, yeah, that's all I needed. I needed to just make a video and just talk about how much this annoyed me. I was less angry while it was going on. I was more laughing about it, because these guys are absolutely pathetic. And now I'm just... now I'm angry, not even the point of mostly at the fact that these people have single-handedly soured my view of DC as a whole, because I know the people who enjoy these movies are absolute shitbags. Now, I have seen plenty of DC fans that are nice people. I have met plenty of DC fans and they are nice people. But this, and hell, I used to consider myself a DC fan. I can't anymore. Not anymore. because there's too many of these people, and I've never seen a Marvel fan do this, or what, pretty much any fan base that I like, I have never seen anything this. I've seen some toxicity, because you're never going to have a fan base without some toxic assholes in there, don't get me wrong, but I've never seen anything like this. Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, nothing. I can tell a diehard Star Wars fan that I don't like the original trilogy. This would be a lie, because I do, but not the point. If you were to go up to a hardcore Star Wars fan like me and tell me or them that you don't like the original trilogy, most of them would probably bitch and moan about it, but I don't think I'd see anything like this. At all. Never have. Hopefully never will, because I like these other movies. DC fans can go fuck themselves. DC, I no longer care if you get back on track. Doesn't help that your other movies coming out next year already have plenty of controversy with Amber Heard and Ezra Miller, so have fun with your franchise tanking even more, DCEU fans, and regular DC fans like these assholes, fuck you. And any DC fans who are nice people, because I know there are probably some on this channel, I'm really sorry that these are the people that are representing you, and it's not your fault, it's theirs. So if you want people to blame them, not you. So I'm through with my rant, and I've got to go finish a ton of shit, so I guess I'll see you in whatever the hell I make next.